Hey guys, this is C, and we are back for another review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 4. And they call this episode Celebrations and Strange Explanations. So let's go ahead and get started. And the episode started with Gizelle and her oldest daughter, who were sort of bonding over a dance class. And Gizelle used that opportunity to kind of pick her daughter's brain some more on how she felt about Gizelle being back with their father. And still, the answer didn't change. The daughter is not thrilled, and you can tell that she does not want them to be together. And for obvious reasons, all of the infidelity that Gizelle had to deal with in the past, the numerous counts of infidelity, they were witness to that as young girls, and now they're getting older and really able to voice their opinions as they always have, but they let her know that they don't think that it's the best idea. But she's determined to be with Jamal, and she's determined to try and change their minds. She wants them to feel the warm and fuzzies that they felt when she was with Sherman, but Sherman was a different man, and I don't think that infidelity was the issue with him. So something tells me that she's fighting a losing battle, because those girls know their dad and they know their mom and they know what their dad is capable of, and they don't want to see Gizelle hurt again. But Giselle's gonna keep trying, and we'll see how that works out. Then we move on to Karen, who is at her house with Matt, and she's telling Matt that she wants to have this party reintroducing herself to Potomac, because she and Ray had to sell their house and leave, but now they're back, and she wants everybody to know that the Grand Dame of Potomac has returned. And so she wants to have this over-the-top party. She even has this weird-looking medieval guy come in and sing a telegram that she is going to send to all of the ladies. And I'm guessing she's sending it to everybody else that she invites to the party. And she kind of lets us know that she and Ray are not where they once were, I guess romantically, as husband and wife, because he is to the point now where he kind of wants to relax. He has done the work thing, and he wants to retire, and go to Florida. And Karen is stepping on the gas. Karen has just launched La Dame, which is in, retail stores, and is doing pretty well. Other business endeavors, and she feels like she has a second wind. So she's trying to kind of use this party as a way for them to reconnect, I guess. Not sure how that's going to happen, how a party will do that, but in Karen's mind, she thinks that that's something that she and Ray need to kind of get back on the same page. So then we go over to Wendy, who we see at a park, and Wendy is actually with her boys, and they're meeting Robin and Robin's boys. So this was kind of a strange combination, but again, I guess Wendy's trying to get to know the other women, so they're doing things together and trying to get to know one another. So she and Robin get there. Well, Robin gets there. Robin comes bearing drinks, which is always a good time. She has these little margaritas. They even have wine, and the kids go off and play football. They both find out that they both have Carters, and so they go off and play and have a good time. And Wendy and Robin talk. So what Robin wanted to do was pick Wendy's brain about Candace, because she knows that Candace and Wendy are good friends. And as we saw last episode, the girls like to find a way to gang up on Candace. And so Wendy made that known to Robin. She did tell Robin, well, you have to look at it as if you're one person and you have 3 or more people coming at you about something, you'll feel attacked as well. So, and this just kind of was not the setting for Ashley and Candace to apologize to one another and have that discussion. And Robin kind of sort of agrees. Wendy then tells Robin that Candace told her already, you know, to kind of watch out for Gizelle because Gizelle can be mean. Now, was when she said that, I already knew that Robin was going to go and take the shit back to Gizelle and it was going to be a problem. But Wendy was just kind of keeping it real and letting her know what she was told, and in hopes that Robin kind of understood. But all Robin did was just take the bone and carried it back to Gizelle. They buy ice cream for the kids. Their scene was pretty much done after that. So then we go on to Candace and Ashley, who meet up at a restaurant, and Ashley came with baby Dean, and she's trying to maneuver the stroller through the crowd, through the tables. And as a mom, I know how rough it is trying to get a big ass car seat and stroller somewhere comfortably at a table that already has chairs added. It's just a big old mess. And so Ashley, as a first time mom, is going through some of that same stuff, and it was kind of funny to watch. So they get together and they have a decent enough conversation. It did get a little hairy at first because they kept bringing up the social media deal. Baby Dean started crying, trying to break that shit up. Like, you know, y'all need to chill. Y'all about to start getting loud and wild in this restaurant. So he did kind of serve as a buffer. When they started getting upset, he felt that energy and he was getting upset. So they calmed down, got level-headed. They both apologized for whatever it is and are both thinking that their slate is clean at this point, which is good because that was last year's drama and they really need to lay it to rest. But there were some hurtful things said, especially from Candace, because Candace's mouth or her fingers are deadly. And it's good to see that they apologize and are in a good place at this point. So while they're sitting at the table, Candace gets a message, and it's the singing telegram from Karen. And then they kind of show all the different women receiving this telegram. Everybody is cracking up because they don't know what the hell is going on. And Wendy was even shocked to get a telegram, because an invitation, because as she said, Karen says that she doesn't know her, even though they have met several times at several different functions, but she still doesn't know her, and she is not impressed, as she lets us know in the previous episodes. Now, we go then to Gizelle and Robin, who were FaceTiming to talk about the telegram, and they got a kiki out of it. It was hilarious. And so Robin had the nerve to talk about how is Karen having a housewarming for a house that she's renting, and she said it in a joke, but I think Robin should be the last one to joke about housing situations, considering she and Juan went through a pretty tough time regarding their living situation or the small house they were in or whatever. But it wouldn't be Housewives if they didn't throw shade in some way. And Robin then tells Gizelle about the conversation that she had with Wendy, where Wendy told her that Candace was like, watch out for Gizelle because Gizelle is mean and sneaky and whatnot. So Gizelle at this point is like, yes, you know, I got a reason to confront Candace or go off on Candace. So she is waiting for them to get together so she can confront her about what Candace told Wendy. So then we go to Monique. They show Monique, and Monique is in mommy mode. She's getting the kids together, getting them ready for bed, getting baby girl's hair tied up, and getting her son off to bed. And she makes a contest, out of whoever goes to sleep first gets a prize. You got to kind of bribe them to go to bed so that she and Chris could have some alone time. Well, baby Chase is still up. He wasn't going to bed, so they just had to kind of make do. So they sit over a glass of wine, and Monique is griping. She wants Chris to ask her, how her day was. And he's like, well, basically, I got needs that you don't meet also. So they're kind of coming to one another with their problem with the other one. And I'm thinking, even though they may not be on the brink of divorce, they could probably stand to go and talk to a counselor every once in a while just to kind of reset and refresh their way of thinking, and it could be beneficial to the both of them. She just feels like all he wants her to do is just have children and not court her like he did, when that word court, like I'm in the South and they say court, but he doesn't take her out on dates and everything, and he also says that she's not meeting his needs. And I'm sure he means sexually. But like she said, you keep pumping me full of kids, so that's kind of hard to do. And you don't even, try to excite me. You don't say, let's get dressed and go to breakfast. Let's go out, let's do that. You don't do that anymore. So I think they could stand to go to counseling. I'm not opposed to counseling at all, and I think that it could be beneficial. So next, we go to Candace and Chris, who are having a cute little picnic in the park. Candace kind of talks about how she hasn't really been seeing much of Chris, and Chris just tells her, well, it's because you want a house and you want children, all of which cost money, and if you want all those things, I need to work. So they come and they're eating and they're kind of talking, and she lets him know how her meeting with Ashley went, how they pretty much have a clean slate, and he thinks that that's really good. And then she tells him that she wants to talk to Gizelle as well, because she knows that there is a little tension, and I'm sure she got wind that Gizelle found out what she said to Wendy. So she wants to apologize to her and sort of wipe that slate clean. They even do a quick little role play where Chris was supposed to be Gizelle, and he did sound just like Gizelle, because Gizelle, she is going to make you apologize for something, and she wants you to apologize. You just got to say, I'm sorry. And it was a cute enough little scene. So then we go on to Karen, who's meeting with the party planning crew, and everything is looking to be really, really nice, really elegant, extravagant. She's got like these Cirque du Soleil kind of people twisting, and she plans on this party being over the top in good Karen Huger fashion. And again, she brings up how she wants this to be an opportunity for her to reconnect with Ray. I don't know, again, how the party is gonna do that. Karen thinks that it will, so we're gonna keep our fingers crossed, and we're gonna hope that it does as well. So then Gizelle meets with her hairstylist. He comes to her house, and the family loves him, the kids love him. He was friends with Jamal as well, so he's close to the family, and he knows the drama. Gizelle says she tells him everything, and he kind of keeps it real with her, and he lets her know that those children should feel the way they feel, and they have every right to feel the way they feel, and that she can't convince them to feel otherwise. And they have this talk. I kind of zoned out a little bit, because he seemed like he knew Gizelle was trying to force this on her children, and he, like everybody else, felt like she shouldn't do that because they're going to feel how they feel no matter what. So then we go on to Karen's party. This is the night of the party. Everybody is showing up. Gizelle shows up first. And Karen asks, why she didn't bring Gizelle. And she says, well, it's Saturday and he has to preach on Sunday. And Karen just says, no, she didn't bring him because she doesn't want to have to answer for his transgressions. So she leaves him separate and doesn't bring him around the crew. Now, Gizelle tried to shade Ray and she says, well, why was it just Karen on the invitation? And he kind of shoots back. He meets her shade with more shade. And he's like, well, her last name is Huger, isn't it? And so she's like, oh, okay, well, put me in my place, joking. But she knew Ray wasn't for the bullshit. So she kind of left that alone. Then next thing Ashley shows up. And she was in a cute little number. And she was saying how she wanted to try and get back confident about wearing the kind of clothes that she wore before having Dean. Then Wendy shows up with her husband, and then Candace shows up, Monique and Chris. And then Robin shows up last. Robin tripped me out because Robin showed up with pizza. She not only showed up late, as she always does, but she showed up with a bunch of boxes of pizza. And this was kind of a play on the other season where they had Robin dress up like the pizza delivery guy and go to Karen's house to see if they would open the door. So that was a little kiki. Everybody got a little laugh out of that. Even Karen laughed about it. And so they, for some reason, even Robin was like, okay, why does the wine bottle say Karen? And everybody just keeps bringing to Ray's attention that this party does not really seem to be about him. It seems to be all about Karen. And Ray doesn't really give a damn. He's just like, look, she put this party together. I'm just here, basically. And I don't think he was caught up on that. And it wasn't even anything. Knowing Ray's character and knowing the way he is, he wasn't even gonna bother tripping about that. So I don't know why everybody was trying to make it a big deal. They know that Karen is happy to be back in Potomac and that she was making a big deal about it, but I don't know. Then we see Gizelle and Candace have this meetup. Candace wanted to pull her aside to apologize, and she comes to her and she apologizes. And that was not enough for Gizelle. Giselle's like, no, she's not going to get out of this that easy. Gizelle wanted to speak her piece, and she was telling Candace how, no, she said it, and she thought that she was being funny by saying it, and she wasn't. And Candace is kind of like, well, damn, I wasn't really expecting this to go like this. But Gizelle just needed a reason to be upset. I mean, she was mad about this. And instead of just, I understand being in your feelings, and she probably should have been in her feelings, but she should have just said, okay, well, I'm going to give Wendy the opportunity to see this for herself, if I'm this person that Candace told her that I am. But she just wanted to confront Candace about it. She wanted to be mad about something, so we just going to let her be mad about it. So the girls kind of get on to Ashley because Ashley says that, there's a girl in the building that watches Dean when she and her husband are working or away. And they're like, well, I wouldn't have a young person or a young lady around anywhere that could be around my man. And all of the ladies felt the same way. And they just were kind of giving her a hard time about that. Then Karen disappeared. And they make this announcement that everybody needed to come gather around. And she comes back with this pink suit on and this big pink rim hat. And then she's kind of like down and she's doing like some kind of dance and this dance number. And she says that she was bringing out her inner Beyonce, but it just looked like an old lady dancing in a pink suit to me. It was funny. Everybody got a kiki out of it. And Ray, you know, did a little shimmy with her for a second, and then Ray got lost, and everybody was looking for him and trying to find Ray. Ray was like, shit, it's past my bedtime. I'm going to bed. So Ray was gone. You saw Ray carrying up the stairs, and he was gone. And that was pretty much where that episode ended. There wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't action-packed. The party was the highlight of it. If I forgot any important information or anything that you feel like I should have talked about, please drop it down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you will see more content that I put out. I thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Have a great Sunday evening, an even better week. Talk to you later. Bye.